you want to learn about Voyager, huh? This AI that's been in the news lately for, well, basically mastering Minecraft.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of attention, and for good reason.
I mean, it's not just playing the game, it's learning how to play better than any AI we've seen before. And
And doing it on its own.
yeah, like nobody's teaching it how to play, which is kind of wild when you think
It
about it,
really is, yeah.
which is why we're doing a deep dive on this, right?
Absolutely.
We're digging into this research paper. It's called Voyager, an open-ended embodied agent with large language models.
hmm
And honestly, some of this stuff is, well, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, automatic curriculum.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, that's where it starts, right?
Yeah, so that's how it learns, right? So think of it like a personalized lesson plan, you
Yeah.
know? It adapts constantly based on what Voyager already knows and what challenges it's facing in the Minecraft world.
So it's constantly learning and adapting to what it encounters.
Exactly.
So it's not just working from like some preset, group of instructions. It's deciding how it's going to learn as it goes.
Yeah, it's figuring out its own path as it goes, which is a key difference, yeah.
Okay.
And then every time it figures out a new task, like crafting a tool or navigating to a certain place, that knowledge, that learned knowledge, is stored as code in what they're calling a skill library.
So it's like it's building on its own knowledge base in real time.
Exactly.
That's got to lead to some interesting behavior, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And this is where I think it gets even cooler.
Okay.
They're using GPT-4, but not in the way you might think. It's not just following commands like you might typically think about with GPT-4.
Mm.
It's more like imagine Voyager is feeding GPT-4 feedback from the game. Its wins, its losses, even error messages. And from that feedback, it asks GPT-4 for improved code.
Hold on. So it's like Voyager is in this constant feedback loop with GPT-4. It's learning from its mistakes
Yeah.
and it's using that to make its own solutions better, to evolve its own solutions.
Well, yeah, precisely. That's what they're calling iterative prompting.
Yeah.
And it's a game changer because it means Voyager isn't limited by, what we know,
Right.
which is huge because it can evolve its own solutions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a massive step toward more general AI.
It's like, okay, so they said in the paper that Voyager was unlocking new items in Minecraft and like progressing through the tech tree way faster than any AI they'd ever seen, like exponentially faster.
It's really something. Yeah.
It's honestly remarkable.
And it's not just the speed, it's also like the complexity of what it's learning,
Yeah.
The paper specifically mentioned, I think you'll appreciate this as a gamer,
Okay.
Voyager figured out how to mine diamonds.
Okay.
That's not easy.
No, that's not. There's a lot that goes into that. Like,
Right. It takes planning. You have to manage your resources. You got to deal with like creepers coming at you,
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of different things you got to keep track of for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like, it makes you wonder if it can do all that in Minecraft.
Right.
Could we actually see this AI like functioning in the real world?
I mean, that's kind of the million-dollar question, right?
Right.
And the researchers do actually talk about that a little bit in the paper.
Okay.
They gave this example of how, like, this learning model that Voyager uses,
Yeah.
how it could be applied to, like, building 3D structures with, like, human feedback.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So imagine, like, an architect, right?
Yeah.
But they're collaborating with this AI that's, like, learning your preferences as you're working and adapting the designs in real time.
So it's like this, like back and forth, right? Like you're saying, I want this, and it's like incorporating it right away.
Exactly, yeah. It's a very fluid process. It's
Yeah.
really interesting to think about.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And this whole iterative prompting thing,
Yeah.
could you see that like being used in other fields? Like, I don't know, education,
Oh, absolutely.
like personalized learning?
Yeah, for sure. Like, imagine like a tutor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's an AI and it's constantly adjusting like how it teaches you based on your understanding.
Interesting. Okay.
So you're getting rid of that one-size-fits-all approach,
Yeah.
and you have this like truly personalized experience that changes as you learn.
Wow. It's like having a study buddy.
Exactly.
It's always like one step ahead of you,
Yeah, pushing you further.
pushing you to learn and adapt.
Exactly, yeah. And it goes even further. You can think about robotics, where you need AI to be able to adapt to
Yeah.
these like changing environments and unpredictable situations. This kind of like continuous self-driven learning could really change things.
Yeah, it could be revolutionary.
Absolutely.
So are we moving away from that like robots are going to take over the world,
Yeah. Well, maybe.
to like a place where AI is working with us.
Yeah.
Like we're collaborating and learning together.
It's a different way of thinking about it, for sure. And that's what I like about this research, you know?
Yeah.
It's making us think differently, you know? Like, what could this kind of AI partnership lead to?
Yeah. And it's definitely got me thinking differently.
Yeah.
Like I thought I knew a thing or two about AI before we started this.
Okay.
But now, like, I'm seeing it in this whole new light.
It's a field that's changing so fast.
It really is, yeah,
And Voyager's a perfect example of that.
for sure. And we haven't even gotten into, like, all the ethical questions and stuff. But
Right.
you always say, it's not about having all the answers.
Yeah.
It's about asking the right questions.
Exactly. And this research definitely brings up some big questions about, like the future of AI, how we can work with it responsibly. This is just the beginning of a much bigger conversation.
Well said.
Yeah.
That's a great place to wrap up, I think. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and, as always, happy diving.